Alrighty guys, we're back for Rakdos Mayhem, and this is a Through the Omenpaths standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. Whole bunch of new cards packed in. How about Kivni, Orb Weaver? 2 mana, 2/1 rockin' Rakdos colors up there. It's a legendary creature, has menace. When it enters, you may discard a card. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Also has a Mayhem cost here, so you may cast this card from your graveyard for the Mayhem cost. In this case, it is a 1 Rakdos hybrid mana. If you discarded it this turn, and then it gives us a little note there, timing rules still apply. Okay, that's pretty cool, and not the only Mayhem card packed in, of course. We have Ruzic, booed but victorious, 3 mana, 5/4. It does have a Mayhem cost for 2 and a Rakdos hybrid. That's a legendary creature as well. At the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card, then create a treasure token. Not bad. How about Desecrex, Gift of Servitude, another legendary creature. Making the cut as a 3 of it here. It's a 4 mana, 4/3 Mayhem cost for Rakdos colors. Has Trample. When it enters, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains this creature attacks each combat if able, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. Pretty neat creature, right? Here on the actual top end of the build, Lavaborn Goblins is a 5 mana, 5/4 with haste, but it does have a Mayhem cost for just 2 and a red, so hopefully we can do some rearranging and the curve looks something like that then. And we do have Midnight Hunter, more Mayhem packed in. This is a legendary creature, unfortunately. The 3 mana 2/2 flash flying Mayhem for only 1 black mana. Again, hopefully we can do some rearranging. So got a couple. The House Grows Hungry. Chapter 1 of this saga, destroy target creature, isn't bad. Chapter 2, each player may discard a card. Each player who doesn't loses 3 life. And then Chapter 3, exile any number of target players' graveyards. Pretty neat. We have an Aggressive Symbiosis in here as a 1-of. Not going to take the time to read it right now. Got all 4 Bitter Triumphs for some removal. More removal packed in with the brand new Knife Trick here. For 1 Rakdos hybrid mana, its sorcery speed deals 3 damage to target creature. Now, as an additional cost to cast this spell, you can discard a card or pay 2. So, interested to see how much this is actually going to do today. We do have a couple Intis in here for more ways to help us discard, and we have all 4 Skittering Kittens as well. 1 red mana, 1/1 with haste, discard a card, sacrifice this creature, draw a card. Nice, you don't have to tap it, you don't have to pay mana to discard the card, just discard it, sacrifice it. Yeah, pretty cool. Also have a couple Forsaken Miners as an extra creature that we wouldn't really mind discarding that much. So, 23 total mana, and over here in the mana base we have all 4 Blazemire Verge and opting for all 4 Multiversal Passage in here too. This is a new land. As it enters, choose a basic land type. Then you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped. This land is the chosen type. Really cool, huh? Then we also have the Exclusive Nightclub over here too. We don't really have to worry about the blue mana. It's just kind of neat to have a Mayhem land, so we'll see how much this actually does today and if it's even worth it in here. Honorable mentions, Marauding Mako, Crash, Reckless Endrider, and Starting Town all almost made the cut. Alright guys, I do my damnedest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take this into some ranked, see how we do. Alright, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? You know what? I think it's actually going to be pretty good, man. I think the curve is going to be excellent. I think Mayhem looks pretty good. We'll see, we'll see. Both of the Quint's insights here in our opener. You know what? We'll give it a shot. Opponent goes first. We have Bitter Triumph to deal with something early. I think when I was going over the deck, I think I forgot to go over Insight. It's okay. We'll see it in action here, maybe. Come on down, Kitten. Go, go, go. Yeah. Right. Get a pretty good Mayhem with the Midnight Rider, but that also has Flash too. We're just going to establish the Quint's Insight. Full Swamp. Another Midnight Hunter. Yep, totally worth establishing that, but we can go for the swing first, actually. Alright. I don't know how good it's going to be to get both of these on the board, but if the opponent actually gives us time to establish both, I think we might. Bottom ability poking extra damage through the whole game could be pretty good every time we Mayhem. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so Mayhem is for this turn. Okay. So if we see mana, plus we're going to be trading out too. Okay, we do find mana, so it's probably better for the Ruzic this turn then, right? We discard that. Play the third. Bring it on back. Pokes for one. Poke for another one. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty neat, to say the very least. Let's see that demon for the turn. Got the Bitter Triumph ready, so... Another black source on the board would be pretty good. Shoot the sheriff. No! Ruzic, get down! Okay, we still have our kitten. Yeah, another black source on the board would be really good. Let's see it. Although the fourth mana might not be the best, but still. I don't really know what I want to see here. Oh, another Skittering Kitten's pretty good. Alright, we're probably looking at that second Insight. Oh, nice. Multiversal Passage. I think I'll take that too. Call Swamp. Right? Pay the 2, like a Shockland. Insight can come down. Then Kitty Cat can come down. And we can flash in the Midnight Hunter at the end of the turn. Or whenever. It really doesn't matter, does it? We're kind of doing a thing. Flash this on down. The opponent is definitely going to want to play something that gains them life, so the demon this turn would be preferable. They do have another Shoot the Sheriff, which honestly isn't too bad for us, especially with the double Quint's Insight out there. Like any of our Mayhem creatures off the top. This other Midnight Hunter. What do I keep calling this? Well, Midnight Hunter. Maybe I've been calling it the right thing. I don't know. I don't know right now. Duress takes one of the Bitter Triumphs. That's pretty good for them. Thank goodness we have both of them in hand, though. Unstoppable Slasher. Nice. It's a good blocker. See what we see here. We go down to 6. We do find Knife Trick, which is pretty good. Okay, mana. I guess we don't really need this excess mana, right? We're searching. Aggressive Symbiosis does give menace to one of the kitty cats. That's pretty good. Midnight Hunter can flash in. Yeah, for the turn. Even though I think we still take care of the Unstoppable Slasher this turn, so that way we can get in with both kitty cats, right? We'll still do 2. Maybe not. Maybe we keep open Bitter Triumph, slow them down next turn. Just swing with the 2/2 kitty cat. Then Midnight Hunter's going to do another 2 anyways, so if they miss a demon or if we Bitter Triumph their only demon, then Unholy Annex is going to wrap this up anyways. Alright, let's see it, opponent. 5th mana, multiple things this turn would be really good for them. All right, they're going to unlock with the Ritual Chamber, so we can successfully chump. Oh, we don't have Bitter Triumph open, guys. What was I thinking? I have no idea. Well, even so, they're going back up to 4 at the end here. I think it's looking pretty good for us, right? Right? And the Knife Trick is sorcery too, so why did I think I had Bitter Triumph open? I have no idea, guys. Just a miscalculation. Well, we can send the mana. Another Knife Trick is not terrible. It's going to be Bitter Triumph on the... Okay, we have Flyer. Either way, yeah. Either way, we're going to take out the Demon flying, right? We got 2 in the air, then the Menace getting through past the Slasher. So I guess no matter what, we had the 4, thank goodness. Because, yeah, overlooking that I couldn't actually play the Bitter Triumph at the end of their turn, that scared me a little bit, but yeah, we had enough. That was good. That wasn't terrible. I feel like the opponent missed a little bit early on there, for sure. Yeah, especially with all the extra card draw, too. Double of the Insights on the board was actually pretty good, helping us filter through. Another Insight. Yeah, I like seeing this. A lot of mana, dude. Let's keep it. Now, see, a lot of the cards in here are actually quite expensive, and usually, if you're going for the Mayhem, you're going to want to be doing multiple things on the same turn. Right. I've been seeing a lot of Kona, guys. It's a very scary deck list. Number 1, thank goodness we went first here. Kona consistently coming down on 4 and going like the whole Omniscience route is really brutal, man. Ooh, might not be Kona. Teamer colors so far. Alright, Lavaborn Goblins. Good draw. Actually, both of these pretty good here, but since we already have the 3rd mana, it's got to be the Lavaborn. Try to push 5 through. See what we can get done here. Mayhem. Poke for 1. Maybe. I mean, they got the open blue source, and Mayhem is casting, so... I don't know if this would be a worthwhile... It would definitely be a worthwhile counterspell. Hitting 5 to their face this turn is crazy business, and sending it to our hand with like a bounce spell or something would be really bad for them too. It's definitely worth the counter if they have it. Alright, end of the timer, no timer saved up. Looks like the Lavaborn is landing. So bouncing it back to hand could mean that I just discard it again next turn, get even more value. Should be pretty good. Ah, tapping it now, that's a tempo play, there you go. But luckily we get to keep the goblins on the board for now. Llanowar Elves. Okay, so it might not be Kona. Wait, no, I still see Llanowar Elves and Kona deck lists for sure. Hey, another Lavaborn. Wow. I mean, I guess so. Right? Good draw. Ooh, a Ruzic as well. Hi. We can knife trick the Llanowar Elves, but yeah, knife trick being sorcery. Oh no, Spectral Denial for 1. Guys, that's my fault, man. I could have played mana. I'm sad now. Oh no. Oh no. What have I done? Right, so I guess we don't really want to disc... You know what? I'm just going to swing for 5. Hopefully they don't ramp too well here. Like, we could discard the mountains, make the Llanowar Elf go away. But I do like the 5th mana for next turn. Depending on what we can pull off here. Discard. No, we won't have it. Alright. If it's Kona and they miss their 4th, the Llanowar Elf is their 4th. Alright, I talked myself into it, I guess. Let's pop the Llanowar Elf. I'm so sad about the Spectral Denial, guys. Oh, man. Yeah, just play the mana beforehand just in case there's a specific counterspell that you gotta play around. That is a known practice that I just did not practice there at all. So it was tapped land. That's great news, man, if it is like a Kona deck list. So, with Lavaborn Goblins being a 5-mana card, the Gift of Servitude isn't doing too much here, so it's gotta be the Ruzic, right? Then we can Mayhem and still play the Aggressive Symbiosis. It's really good. Come on down, Ruzic. Poke another one. This is really... Oh, jeez, man. I don't know. I don't know if I deserve that one, but I'll take it. Victories are hard to come by. I'll definitely take it. Yeah, so far, so good. We got some great value here, don't we? Gotta make sure we play it all in the correct order and keep an eye on what's sorcery speed, what's instant speed. There's a mix in here for sure of instants and sorceries. And flash creatures too, to keep our eye on. Okay. Opponent goes first, but I really like this hand. Leyline of Hope for free. Uh-oh. Case of the Uneaten Feast. Good, we got more removal. That's excellent. Instead of taking the 2, next turn, I think I'm going to establish Passage over the Skittering Kitten. No, we're also trying to do the aggro thing. I'm gonna go for it. Establishing Skittering Kitten could mean, first of all, untapped Black Source could go right into the Orb Weaver, right? Johnny's. Gonna be 3. Luckily, we got plenty of removal in hand to deal with that. Which we probably do want to deal with it immediately. Alright, let's see what we draw. We do find the untapped Black Source, guys. Really good. It would be awesome to pop the Skittering Kitten, Mayhem this, and this would have been the game where our 1 mana removal really would have come in handy, right? Inti's pretty good too. I think no matter what, we gotta deal with the Pride Mate. And I might take the damage over the discard because I want to make sure we can successfully Mayhem, and I don't want to discard anything else in hand. Right now, at least. So let's do it. Take some damage, go for the swing, back down to 20. We're in danger, dude. Yeah, Leyline with the established case gonna gain them a lot of life as this game goes on. Healer's Hawk, that's good news because they're missing another Pride Mate then. Or the other bat too. Not that bat, the other bat. The Ruin Lurker bat also coming down here, getting them up to 24, 1 step closer to the Leyline boost. Okay. What we got here? Knife Trick. See, that's the one. That would have been awesome last turn, dude. Oh, man. Still pretty awesome this turn too, huh? I like it. House Grows Hungry is not terrible here either. Gives us a free discard next turn. Pops one of these. But Knife Trick tapped Passage is pretty good too. We could start with this swing, see if they accept any trades, which could actually be pretty good, right? We don't have haste on the other creatures, so, and I don't plan on playing Inti this turn. Okay. Holy cow, guys. I don't know why I'm having analysis paralysis here for sure. Let's go Knife Trick. Discard the Orb Weaver. 1, and then tapped Passage, right? Now, when Orb Weaver comes in, we won't have the discard. But at least we'll have a 2/1 creature on the board, and we're getting some pretty good value here. I mean, we could discard, but we should probably keep everything. So decline. Based on the hand, anything is good here. Probably the extra black source, though, based on the rest of the deck. Alright, hopefully that was okay. The 23, if they play a creature up to 25, then up to 27 after the Healer Hawk swing. Starts with the swing. 25, do they got the creature play? Looks like they're missing it, thank goodness. You find a swamp after calling swamp on the passage, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not terrible either. Like, we're not any immediate danger here. Inti would be great for the turn, but we should take care of that Healer's Hawk while we can. And I'm totally okay with saving the other swamp, too. Destroy target creature. Swing for 3. Playing the swamp doesn't do too much for us. Yeah, we'll save it just in case we want to discard it. Yeah, right now. Oh, Essence Channeler. I wonder if that was the draw. In other words, I'm pretty sure they would have played that last turn, right? Up to 24. Yeah, they definitely would have wanted to, I think. So we get a free discard here. So the passage could actually be another red source, so we should take that, and we should discard the swamp then instead of taking the 3. Opponent goes down to 21. That does get the Channeler into the air, funny enough. Now we can pop the Channeler. Oh. Crap. Right. I kind of want to do both things, right? Okay, mistakes were made. Ow, my face. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Everything's fine. It's not gonna hurt at all. We're totally fine. Ow, my face. Right. So number one, we could have been at 13 this turn and sent the passage, kept the swamp, but then we wouldn't have double red on the board either, which that could eventually hold us up. Well, they do find a Healer's Hawk off the top, and we shouldn't be too surprised by that at all. So they can exile their grave, doesn't do too much for us. Go for the full swing. Start plugging the counters onto the Orb Weaver. What we see off the top with the Inti too. The Menace is important. Oh, very nice. No creatures to actually bring back, though. It doesn't matter. We play it. Until your next end step. Nah. We play it. We got the open mana now. We go for it, dude. Getting a little lucky here versus mono white aggro for sure. Or mono white life gain. Same thing. Back up to 18. The house grows hungry. Wow, dude. Right. That's good. We take that Healer's Hawk out of the air, and the Vanguard's pretty far away from gaining them life. That's a good trade for us, too. Full swing. We could have discarded the House Grows Hungry as well for the Inti ability. But getting that Healer's Hawk out of the air seems way more important when they're gaining 2 per swing. And then also they're 1 creature away then from a Vanguard boost too. They hold it all back, and another a Desecrex, which I suppose we can just go ahead and decline. Down to 7. And we have an excellent full swing here. Discard. Boost the Orb Weaver. See what's on top. Desecrex for 2 on the Mayhem, and Skittering Kitten off the top with the Inti. Their best block. Oh, that's right. Inti gives trample too. That's crazy business. Best block is into Inti then for the chump, but either way, 9's getting through. That's one of those end game results where there's so much value on our side. It was actually hard to see it all. Wow, I mean, I'm impressed, but again, we kind of got a little lucky versus mono white. 6 mana for them. That's pretty steep. That's a lot of mana, and none of that mana was fancy pants mana either, so I don't know what's happening, man, but we're doing great. So mid-video pack, and while I have you here in the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too. Hey, Ruzic. Well, I guess I got 4 of them now. There we go. Nice. I don't mind having 4 of those. It really depends on what we play. Anyways, guys, yeah. What was I saying? Discord link, Patreon link in the description. Check them out. And then also, guys, for the YouTube side of things, if you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. If you enjoy the channel, consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you, guys. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Bring it on. Yeah, I think one of the big weaknesses of something like this is definitely going to be how many legendaries we actually have packed in. It's a significant chunk of the deck list, so you got to find a good balance. Hasn't been holding us up yet, though, huh? Keep this. They play a Ruckus Theater. Some immediate deck thinning, and I do think we grab a swamp, especially based on the hand. And I think the immediate deck thinning would be pretty good too. Wow, Quint's Insight. Maybe we don't thin the deck, guys. I'm gonna hold off. Quint's Insight's really good. Helping us filter every turn. Or I should say, I guess we don't really know if Quint's Insight is really good yet, but it's been really good today, huh? No, get out of my hand, opponent, you monster. Don't look at that. No, no. It's a new card. It's trash. It's terrible. No. The opponent was not fooled. That's good, that was good. Right into Inti then, right? Mm-hmm. And the Skittering Kitten was a good draw. Alright. We did not thin the deck with Fabled Passage, and it worked out by finding our 4th when we need it? Question mark. 3 mana opens pretty sketchy. Start with the Skittering Kitten. The discard could easily be the Ruzic, though. Get it down for the Mayhem. Alright, go for the swing on the Inti. See what they do. They know we have Ruzic, so. Nice, gets through. Very nice. And Lavaborn, unfortunately, is not something we can play. That's a chunky 3-drop right there. 4th mana. Ill-timed explosion. Goodbye, board state. You tried your best. You really did. See the discard. Mm, 9 damage to everything. Too bad a Screaming Nemesis wasn't out there, huh? So Orb Weaver is pretty good. We can grab the swamp on the Fable. Skittering Kitten. Can go in for the swing, then pop itself. Orb Weaver, discard Midnight Hunter, play Midnight Hunter, run into 2nd Ill-Timed Explosion, cry self to sleep. Nah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let's do it. Ooh, Forsaken Miner's really good too. Crap, guys. I auto-tapped. No. I take it back. I take it back. Auto-tapper, why? Right. Mayhem cost here at the bottom for Hybrid Rakdos. We could have tapped the Mountain and then played Midnight Hunter and the Forsaken Miner for a pretty formidable board after a board wipe. Unfortunately, I messed up. I let the auto-tapper do the thing. Oh dear. Maybe, I mean, Yeah, no. Yeah, we definitely wanted Forsaken Miner on the board. Even if it was another ill-timed explosion, eventually, when we commit a crime, we can bring back the Forsaken Miner. So it's just, like, essential to have on this board state for the extra 2 damage that it could be swinging in with. Would have been a potential 2-turn clock, too, which is pretty crazy, man. Alright, Lavaborn Goblins is really good. If we eventually find the 5th, that's great. Alright, start with the swing. They got 3 cards in hand, 4 mana open, probably some spot removal because we haven't really seen too much from the opponent so far. Double Duress has been a little bit brutal, but hopefully it doesn't come down to me not... Hopefully it doesn't come down to the auto tapper, right? This is not a great counterspell for them unless it's like a Syncopate, which they would only have X's 3 on a Syncopate, so... Yeah, being able to counter the Forsaken Miner and exile it, then they're talking. 4th mana in hand, 5 mana open. I really do doubt that it's going to come down to me missing the Forsaken a turn early. But it's possible, and I'll tell you what, the opponents have been missing a lot more recently for some reason. Zombify, Velgavoth, Lavaborn Goblins. We're doomed. Right. We do have the Menace on the Orb Weaver, thank goodness, but what are we going to do about a Velgavoth on the board? Being able to swing in, it doesn't have like Vigilance or anything, so maybe they're gonna go back up to 17 on the swing. Got 8 on the board. Or if we're counting my misplay earlier with the tapped land, Forsaken Miner could have done an extra 2, they'd be at 6, back up to 15. So yeah, so thank goodness I don't think it's gonna come down to that. I do think that Velgavoth is a big enough threat. Stock up. I think they probably just want to grab some spot removal. Get the chump blocker out of the air here. And then put us on a clock. But also removing the Orb Weaver just in case could be pretty good too. We find something to discard our hand, like let's say another Orb Weaver. Wait a minute, guys. We don't got a chump block yet. We have a chance of swinging in for more damage next turn. Yeah, let's pretend we find another Orb Weaver. If we play it for 2 mana, we still won't. We do find another Orb Weaver. Also, it's a legendary creature, which is the problem. So I was gonna say we still don't have enough mana to play this and the goblins because we don't have the bottom Mayhem. If we had the bottom Mayhem for 1, then the Lavaborn Goblins would be really good. Wow. All right. Let's do this, man. Let's go for the swing. I'll tell you what, if they got some kind of fancy pants burn for 2 damage, it's totally fine. They go back down to 10, they're going to go back up to 19 after next turn swing. So a cheaper alternative to help us discard would have just been the Kitten. And then Kitten could have led right into Lavaborn, and then even then they'd only be at 5. And then they go back up to 14 after the Velgavoth swing. And then they'd have to miss removal somehow, and then we'd have to pull off the second Lavaborn somehow too, probably, right? So really just stuck between a rock and a Velgavoth here. Ill-timed explosion. Now we're like super dead. But I'm still gonna wait and see what's on top here too. The Velgavoth's lifelink and the ward too is really bad. I do think that this deck list there's a possibility that we can pay the ward successfully. Maybe with an Insight, maybe with a Forsaken Miner, right? And then maybe one other thing too. Okay, they go ahead, they play all of our cards, we give them a Fabled Passage. And we're gonna play it out. Have a good time with it, right? Discard the Lavaborn Goblins. Hey, that's my Lavaborn Goblins. Oh, I didn't even think of that, guys. When we discard it, Vel'Gavoth steals it, we can no longer play the Mayhem Vel'Gavoth, the ultimate counter to this deck list, right? For sure. Game opponent. Yeah, I'm glad I saw that there at the end. I'm glad I played that out, because I probably would have done that again against Vel'Gavoth in the future. You know what I mean? And then maybe it actually would have mattered more, too. Hey, Vel'Gavoth takes it. Stopping the Mayhem. Very important. Guys, we're gonna go one more. Win or lose, I don't really care. I'm feeling good, man. I like this. I really like the Mayhem as a mechanic here, so... Bring it on, last opponent of the evening. Bring whatever you want to the table, buddy. Even a turn 4 Kona. I'm ready. Oh, dear. Let's try it. Let's do it. I really like this Skittering Kitten. I like this. It's a nice little buddy. It's a Plains. Nice. Multiversal Passage could be the discard here over the Swamp, so we don't gotta pay the 2, but I'm a little worried about that, honestly. We should maybe keep the one where we can choose, because next turn there's still a possibility too that we play 2 1-drops, get the Multiversal Passage. Push more damage on the Skittering Kitten. We still have the second one in hand if we need a good discard here anyways. Inti is gonna bite the dust. And that does mean that our discard would have to come from the Skittering Kitten. To lose that counter too. Could still be good. Oh. Just a full cast on the Ruzic is much better here, isn't it? Don't worry about the Mayhem at all. The Mayhem's just a little bonus. And unfortunately, that does mean we have to take the 2 because of my greed with the passage, I suppose. Do we want red or black? I suppose black? So this is a little rough though, because of course we sent the Swamp, you know? So I took 2 for nothing. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that, right? But also you never know. Yeah. They probably keep this as a blocker. They probably don't even swing. Gonna have a hard time getting the Ruzic through if the Nemesis is always threatening the block. Luckily, we do have ways around one blocker. Oh, very nice. Orb Weaver. I'm down for 2 mana. We can play everything, can't we? I guess we don't have to do the discard on this. We could save this for Mayhem next turn as well. No great swings here. 1 second, opponent. I'm thinking, buddy. Only a few cards here, but a lot of options. And I do wonder if establishing a board state would be worthwhile, because right now Boros burn with Nemesis, but no early creatures earlier. So it could be like mid-range burn, which would definitely run board wipes, and that would be very scary, especially with the Nemesis on the board too. Save the Orb Weaver for next turn. That's what we're going to do, guys. That's what we're going to do. We're going to establish everything else here. Establish everything else wide. No, never mind. No attacks end turn. We still don't know what we're up against. If it is mid-range burn, walking right into a Slag Storm after playing the other kitten would be brutal. Sheltered by Ghosts. I think they just want to take the Midnight Hunter, honestly. Oh, dude, we're in a lot of danger now. They do go ahead, just take the Ruzic here. guess they're gonna get enough life gain from the Nemesis anyways. Take the extra points in the air without any worries. Sheltered by Ghost still doesn't tell us much about the opponent's deck list, unfortunately. Double block would be good, but the open mountain, as we can see here, the double block would have really wrecked us. So leaning towards Boros Burn, the aggro version, right? Leaning towards that right now. In danger. Another kitty cat. Not bad. It's a little bad because I called Swamp on the Passage, but we'll still have the treasure too. I suppose the discard for the Orb Weaver is better here anyways, because the extra counter on the menacing creature is a little better, right? I guess so. I think it doesn't matter too much based on the lifelink screaming nemesis over there, but we'll give it a shot here for sure. Yeah, unfortunately the Multiversal Passage not lining up well in the games that I've played it, but also maybe I just need to play it out a little bit better too. That's very possible. Second, Sheltered by Ghost is pretty bad. We don't have the discard on the Inti, and saving a Trump blocker is pretty much a no-go versus the Nemesis, so I guess we go for the full swing, get him down to 21. A third Sheltered by Ghost would be really bad news, but also they might as well just play some more burn on the Inti too, because they've only played 2 pieces of burn. That's a third Sheltered by Ghost, guys. Oh dear. Oh dear. Not the Inti. Hey, Bitter Triumph. We're at 3. No, all 4 Bitter Triumphs in here for a very good reason, huh? I think this one actually might have come down to me, guys. Oh, we don't have the ward cost anyway. We'd have to pay ward 6. Oh. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. We'll go for the swing. Pop the Skittering Kitten. We find some mana. There's a second red source. Hey, good game, opponent. Good game. I think it's some of these losses for sure. And a Boros Charm. So it was going to be the aggro version. Now, to be honest, I don't see too much of the Boros mid-range. We used to see it much more. I do think Nemesis and everything else that they played could have been a mid-range version. But it does look like the aggro version instead. Which probably means no board wipes made the cut, so we could have went wider, but they ended up having 3 Sheltered by Ghosts anyways, so luckily, I don't think it mattered. Similar to the Velgavoth game, where I could have played it out better, but also if I would have, I still don't think it would have mattered too much. So there's the 4th Ruzic. Could be actually worthwhile in a deck list like this. Rakdos Mayhem. Cool stuff. I'm interested in knowing what your guys' Mayhem deck list looks like, or what other content creators' Rakdos Mayhem deck list look like. So let me know in the comments. Drop some of the deck lists in text form and not in link form, because the links will automatically get deleted. Or also you can drop them over in the Discord too. So Rakdos Mayhem. Yeah, there might be a way to put this together, guys, for real. It felt pretty good. But yeah, somewhere in there, it started balancing itself out though. So about a 50% win rate deck list. And that could be pretty fun. And it could be a very fun deck list to just kind of have, to have some balanced gameplay. Nothing too outrageous, but really fun explosive turns sometimes, or just really good value turns. A few things, right? I do like that I had the 4 Midnight Hunters in here, because the cheap Mayhem I thought was going to be like key. But I think we can successfully drop this down to 3. And I think the 3rd Forsaken Miner would actually be pretty good in here too. The 5th Bitter Triumph. If the game let us play with 5, we'd play with 5 actually. I do think it's that important just to have some good generic removal, but of course Bitter Triumph fitting the theme beautifully, where you pretty much want to discard. And it's not terrible to have a turn 3 Bitter Triumph take out something important like a Tifa and play an Orb Weaver and then still have another discard with a Forsaken Miner. So third Forsaken Miner, I dropped a Midnight Hunter because it's legendary. I went up a third Forsaken Miner. I think that'll be well worth it. Unfortunately, dropping a common for an uncommon, but still, you kind of want, like we saw with the Orb Weaver, you'll get it down, but you spent 2 mana on it too, so you don't have any more mana to play like a Ruzic for 3. So you still want the extra counter because a 3/2 Menace is pretty good, right? So you want to discard something like a Forsaken Miner, bring it back later when you commit a crime with a Knife Trick or a Bitter Triumph or a House Grows Hungry, right? Makes sense to me. It's neat. I think even more ways to commit a crime now that I went up the third Forsaken Miner could be pretty cool too. Maybe something in the mana base. We could consider the desert, I suppose, right? Now, the exclusive nightclub, I just said, we don't worry about the blue. We wanted a Mayhem land to see how it goes. This might not be necessary in here either, right? So it enters tapped, taps for Grixis. It has Mayhem. So you may play it from your graveyard if you discarded it this turn. When it enters from your graveyard, however, you lose 2 life. And boy, we were taking 2 life back and forth from the Multiversal Passage. A lot of that was my fault, being greedy with it and stuff too. Taking 3 life from Bitter Triumph because we already discarded everything else that game anyways, right? So you gotta pay the 3 there too. And then also, where else were we paying life, guys? Everywhere. Our life was gone. No, I guess it was just Bitter Triumph and Multiversal Passage, but then Nightclub as well, which we just didn't see today. We would have been paying if we would have done it on the Mayhem, but also playing it off of Mayhem, again, just more value. Makes sense. It does. Neat. I think Knife Trick is kind of sort of a little common to keep your eye on for the right build. This, of course, is the right build, right? 3 damage is good. 1 mana discard a card is good because that way, if it is like a turn 4, you can Knife Trick, pop something important from the opponent, hopefully, then Ruzic on the same turn. Or if it's your third turn, or yeah, turn 3, 3 mana. The math adds up, believe it or not. Knife Trick, pop something important. Maybe Desecrex was your discard. Mayhem for 2. Look, if you miss that ability where it reanimates something, mana value 3 or less, I guess don't worry about it. If you can actually get it down for 2 mana a turn early on like turn 3 from a Knife Trick, you probably should do that because it'll still be a 4/3 trample and a good value as the discard. Because it's kind of like you're not discarding at that point. So it makes sense. It does. Do you guys like my little trade out? Guys, yeah, definitely let me know in the comments, what's everyone's Rakdos Mayhem looking like? You like the 3 Lavaborn Goblins, or do you think we could go down to 2? What would we go up instead? I also like the one of Aggressive Symbiosis. I didn't go over this earlier either. This is a 2 mana aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has Menace. It's a symbiote in addition to its other types. You may cast this from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other cost. So this is a great one to go ahead and discard again to like the Orb Weaver or something too, if you're not actually going to go ahead and get more Mayhem going for the turn. Really liked the Quint's Insight. Definitely going to be playing with more of this. Not just in Mayhem deck lists, there's definitely other builds that would not mind the Quint's Insight. Right now I only got 2, I think. Yes, I only got 2, and that's probably fine for a lot of those other deck lists as well. So I like the House Grows Hungry. I actually really like that second one there where you get that free discard, which is kind of significant for something like this, right? And if the opponent doesn't discard, 3 life is also pretty significant. And then the Skittering Kitten. Yeah, what a little pal. I liked this one a lot, man. Just opting for fast land felt fine. Double Fabled Passage didn't hold us up either. Yeah, Passage being able to power up the Verge. Good. Yeah. 23 mana felt fine too, I suppose. Maybe 22 could work. I can see dropping Lavaborn down to 2, dropping a mana, going up a couple more pieces of spot removal? I don't know what spot removal you want at that point, but something. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Enough rambling though, huh? If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.